All right, welcome everybody. This is Okie Trades, and this is going to be my first video for my nightly. I think we're going to call it uh, Okie Small Cap Recaps. Not exactly sure, but for now we'll go with that. So my goal with this whole nightly recap is to look at the best days runners and try to see if I can't find similarities between the best runners of the day. And then if I do find similarities, I want to take that theme, that idea into the next day and try to replicate it. And I want to almost be very literal with it as far as exact type of volume, exact type of price range, exact type of time of day, exact type of float. I mean, the float is a little bit less so far, but I can see the float being um, something that I look at, especially on these higher price stocks, to kind of narrow down the field of view on what I'm looking at. But I don't go into the day expecting to know what I'm going to find, though I do trade every single day. What I'm looking at here are stocks closing up at least 10% on the day with 5 million in volume minimum. And I just go through each daily chart and I just look at, you know, it's hard to say that the daily chart is exactly what defines it. I have to look at them and then I start to see if there's a trend there and then I dive into the intraday. Needless to say, we're going to get into it. I'm not sure exactly though how the future videos are going to go down. For right now, we're going to actually just go through me breaking down each stock and we're going to see how long that takes. But yeah, here we go. So today, um, 2/12/24. Let's get into it. BMR. Obviously, that's an insane runner, so we're going to want to take a look at that. RNLX as well. MGIH. NA, we'll take a look. MLGO, we'll definitely take a look because that's actually the stock I took a trade on today, and we'll break that one down first because it really ties into what I'm trying to do here, what I'm trying to teach everybody, which is kind of new for myself. I mean, basically, I started off just learning a pattern, trading a pattern, and then waiting around until that happens. But what I want to do is be able to trade more, but only trade what's working. And so this is what I call what's working. And we're going to break them down. So here we go. SGMO, that looks good. Volume actually isn't super ideal, but I remember looking at it, so we'll take a look. No, no good volume. Well, 120 to 160 on the day three surge there. That's really cool. On 110 million volume, no way. Wow, could have made a fortune on that. 120 to 160, even with tiny size. Wow. CMH. I don't remember seeing that, but we'll take a look. Yes. Take a look at me. I did trade this one. Couple scalps. DHAI. It's got good volume. Bad close though. We'll take a look just to see maybe what to avoid, why it's different. Because again, I don't have. It's not like a format or a way of trading. This is just trying to see what did work on the day. Try to find commonalities between what worked and then see if you can't take that into the next day. We'll get into that. Really a lot of stocks. I mean, the market was really hot today. In the future, I might just do these videos as like what I've already found and then kind of go through that instead of making a video about like actually finding them. I'm sure the process is going to be beneficial to start off with, though. So that's why we're going to do it a few times this way, and then eventually we'll get to just breaking down what I found off of recording, so it doesn't take too long. I'm not seeing anything calling out to me just yet. I see a lot of people mentioning wolf, but it's going up, but it doesn't seem to make a very big move. Quick look at Asian. What I like about FinViz is you can kind of scroll over these tickers' names, and then it gives you a snapshot of like the last 3 or 4 months, which is really nice. So all right, so we went through all the pages there. Let's go to MLGO here. Let's break MLGO down first. Obviously, it's China. First green day, first bounce day, whatever you want to call it. Let me zoom in here for you. As you can see, we have a run up from 40 to 60, gap up, and then makes a run from 90 to a buck 70. So 40 to a buck 70, 4, 8, 12, 16. That's like 3 to 400% gain. And then we have a very far pullback. Usually I like 2 red days, but it was a pretty hard pullback and seemed to have basing action. Broke red to green, and we'll get into it. But yeah, this is just kind of the daily chart. It goes along with the theme that I'm about to show you here. So, Friday, what worked? Friday was yeah 2-9, and I broke these down last night during the Super Bowl. Well, actually at 11 o'clock at night before I went to bed. But let me zoom in here. In STG, I noticed that we had a stock that made a big move up, pulled back to VWAP, held VWAP, pushed off of VWAP, and then we started the stair steppers, which is higher lows, higher highs. And obviously we're just going to add on the higher highs, move our stop up on the higher lows. So add here, this is our risk, buy here, move our stop up here, buy here, move our stop up here. And then once we get parabolic or we get too many entries, then we're just looking to get out into the parabolic or the first 1 minute candle to make a new low. Just depends on your preference. So I saw that, and then I also saw on the same day, last Friday, Tell. And we can see on Tell, it did the same exact thing. Early, it was not very good. Midday, just like um, NSTG. NSTG was a little bit earlier, so you kind of know that's how it's a crowd. It happened more like right here, same day. So NSTG happens, dies off, and then the crowd comes on to another one that's similar. How I'm finding the crowd is it's obviously stocks under $1 right now. That's what I'm looking for. And then I'm also looking for stocks that are trading over 100,000 shares every 1 minute candle. So 100, 200,000 per 1 minute candle, that's ideal. And again, we're just doing the stair stepper. We see a stock that makes a move, holds VWAP all day, and then we get into the stair step. So buy here, risking here, add here, move our stop up, add here, move our stop up, add here, move stop up. And you can get the picture on that. And so with that in mind, I knew pretty much midday on a stock, I didn't really want to chase early. What I wanted to do was wait for a stock to make a move, pull back, hold, and make a push. And that's exactly what I told everybody in Small Cap Rockets this morning. And so all I did was wait around for a stock to make a move, pull back, and hold up. I believe right here at 12:29, I'm saying MLGO, what you got? Because I have a feeling that it's going to happen. And let's take a look at it. So MLGO makes a big move, pulls back, bases, breaks the base, consolidates above VWAP, and stair steps higher. That's exactly what I wanted based off of NSTG and Tell what they did Friday. He gave me the price range, what time of day, the blueprint, what volume to look for, and all I had to do was be patient. And I'll show you exactly how I took it. So I bought it, I saw it spike right here. It's holding its basing. I buy it, I believe, right here when it actually breaks this high. And I'm risking down here. But it doesn't actually go right off the bat. And that's fine. And I was going to add, the problem was my new wrist spot was in the same region as my first, and my new ad would be in the same region as my first ad. And I really want to wait to add until my stop is above my first entry. So like this. So I waited and I added right here. So I bought here, risking here. I expected it to break through here. You could just wait for this entry. And I advise that. The odds are more in your favor. and you can see they did a little shake, a quick shake. So, you got to respect your risk. But the great thing about it is, again, you may risk $5 here, for example. Holds, now you're up $10 if you lose here, or I mean, you're basically, if you lose here, it's a tiny win. Maybe you win $1, $2. So you can go ahead and risk 5 again here, and it's basically like you're getting double the size for the same risk. Or you can double up and, have more risk than you would intentionally take, but you know that the stock's working in your favor, the odds are there, so you can take more size that way as well. So I added here. Um, oh, I actually forgot I bought right here as well. I don't recommend that, but I'm getting pretty good at this setup, and I knew that after it had this stuff and it was so beautiful that when it came down and held this, perked back up and gave this little mini consolidation. So my first entry was something like 78 here, add 80, and then I added at 85, 86, wherever I got filled when I clicked buy as it broke over this area. We get that spike. Probably should have added into 90, but I was a little bit nervous and I was just selling through here, selling. And then as it finally broke through, I was almost out of my first and second entry. And then when we got up to 95, I just sold all of my last entries from 85, 86 up here. So overall, it was a really great trade. And it was just based off of what I had saw been working last Friday. And not just last Friday. If you study me and Bryce's last little study session, you would have seen that these stair steppers on true penny stocks are working really well and have pretty much all 2024. Took me a little bit to adapt to it and catch on, and that's my fault. But now I'm doing this little Okie study session every single night, have been for myself. I'm seeing it's paying off, and that's why we're doing it for you guys here at DIT Stocks to Trade, especially in small caps. The thing is I can show you this, and that's awesome, but you can also come to small caps and see me alert it before it happens. I mean, the proof is right here. MLGO 1146, 1229. I was all over it. I wouldn't be opposed to a midday MLGO stair stepper at 1111. So, at 1111, I was talking about a midday stair stepper. We could see it turn around, get back over view app, reclaim, and that's clearly what's working right now. So, no need to really try and do anything different. However, we have been seeing some higher price stocks work really well. And I can show you here. I've got an example already lined up. IMBS here. As we can see over this pre-market high, as it holds, it creates a wedge and has a nice end of day run. You could also say it just held this initial first high day break, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards. If a stock makes a huge move, has a good high day break, and can hold above that all day, you can see that there's a nice move to be made. However, I'm not trying to jump the gun. I need to see more than just one of these setups happen in a day to convince me that, yeah, I need to put my hard-earned cash to that. So right now, I'm just trying to build examples to see if that's exactly what I want to do. So let's dig into some of the day's runners. We've already broke down MLGO. Let me mark this back up here. I like to go ahead and save what worked for my Discord so that I can easily go back and view it for myself. As you can see, we've right through this one area. It's more of a place to take profit, clearly. triple top. I knew once I got long here, my goal was to try and let it ride to 1 and definitely add on the stair steps. But let's go ahead and at least save this. Put that in my Discord for today. 212. I suggest that you maybe keep your own folder or something so that, or you get your own Discord, I don't know, so that you can save your own charts and just easily access them. So now every day I can look back and see MLGO. All right, so let's get into RNLX. And this is exactly what happened with NSTG here. Spike holds VWAP off to the races. However, I didn't think it would happen that fast. I keep saying however a lot, but you'll see what I'm talking about here. So we get a big move, pulls back to VWAP, holds off to the races. Catch it here, catch it here. I probably would have sold right here. It opens up, pushes, rejects, and I sell it somewhere right there probably. But as you can see, this one, when you get the halt, goes to $1. We'll just say $1.50 easily, and then kind of has issues right there. So again, we have a stock that's a true penny in the 60, 70-cent range, ideally, because if you think about it, the closer it is to 1, the more likely it's going to break when we get a couple high day breaks. Look at the volume. 400,000, 200,000, 100,000. Like, that's what's telling me that this is going to be the one to look at. And we were all over this in small cap rockets as well, so if you're not in there, you need to check it out. Let's see here. I don't know if this is going to take too long to pull these messages back. Yeah, there's RNLX. It's going to take a while to get. Yeah, so we'll stay away from that. But RNLX was great, and that'll be something to look at tomorrow for sure. Upload this to my Discord. So for sure tomorrow, the goal is to see a penny stock, make a move, pull back, either hold VWAP or reclaim VWAP, and then we're stair stepping it up to 1. That's pretty obvious, and that's definitely what my goal is for tomorrow. I could call it an end of session here, but we've seen some really good stocks make some really good moves in higher price ranges, so I really want to go over those as well. SGMO, let's take a look at this. All right, so clear another stair stepper stock. This was nice. And then you're going to cut right here. And it holds up. I'm a little bit wider on my first entries, and then if they want to get tight after that, then I'm all game. just like that. And we get the big parabolic, sell into the parabolic. Volume was lower, and that's why I didn't trade it. Forgive me. Have a dry spot in my throat. I have to get something to drink. All right, I'm back. But like I was talking about, the volume wasn't great. I mean, we have 50,000, 100,000. That's good, but you're seeing the occasional 4,000, 2,000, 15,000. So I wasn't really looking at it. I feel like there's teaser stair steppers that you can maybe take with less size because you're obviously not going to go huge into something where you might, if you take 10,000 shares, you can't because the volume's, you know, 2,000 per candle, 4,000. So I'm trying to stick to the higher volume ones, but you can definitely build into these, especially if you have a smaller account and you're playing real small size. It might be easier on one of these, it took a lot longer to get the job done. 65 to 75, say you start off 100 share, 100, and maybe you're just risking this one and you don't sell. And then you keep adding 100, and then you get to move up. And before you know it, you've made 70 bucks, only risking $10 overall. When you have a tiny account, that's going to help a lot. The next time you can risk $20 and maybe you make 140, you know. So never sneeze at small size. Before I delete that, let's save that. So this was just a lower volume all day stair stepper. My computer doesn't normally run this slow, but I guess with the recording and stocks to trade, it's gonna run a little bit slower today. Kind of weird. Never seen it run this slow though. Alright, see if we can't find any more. QBTS opened at $1, so I don't want to look at that. I'm more looking for 80 cent, 70 cent stocks to go break over $1. Let's look at me because I did trade this kind of a teaser stock. Had good volume though. So worked too. Wider to start, gets tighter. And this was fake because I actually took this trade to right here. Kind of how I started the day off. I thought that was kind of sketched me out. It hit, but it instantly recovered. So I sold here, but I guess I could have kept adding. As you can see, it just keeps stair stepping. And once again, it's like you either get a parabolic or you get too many ads, and then it just doesn't make sense because if it did fall, your ads are so close together, you would have a huge loss. So I'm really just looking for maybe 4 ads max. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you ride that out, cut it right there. Then you see holds up, can catch it here. And I did scalp this one right here. Added right there. And ended up cutting it after it had this triple top action right here at my entry. It was a decent little win there. And then of course it reclaims and goes higher. So we're seeing some of these kind of sneaky ones set up. But again, these penny stocks, stair stepping. Come on, computer. I think I need to update my OBS. It'll probably run smoother after I update it. I just haven't done it because I haven't really used it too much. All right. So far, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 amazing examples of stair steppers based off the previous day's action. And that's all I'm trying to do here. Find what worked today and take that same idea in tomorrow. It's not rocket science. It's just small cap rockets. Is that cheesy? I don't know. You tell me. All right, let's see. We got any more SVMH? Just want to check it out. Well, what's the volume look like? Volume is low. So, well, here we go. Yeah, I think. All right, so that could be something to look for. As you can see, the volume comes in 70,000. And I'm looking right here at the volume. 70,000, 60, 80, 140, 25, 60, 150. So we get a spike up. Get the volume. This is end of day now. As you can see, the new risk is at our entry. And we get the parabolic. Definitely selling it into that. There's our entries. And there's another banger trade. That's why I keep telling people, I don't know why there's people looking at these higher price stocks, but we're going to look at them because today they were working really well. Huh. It is acting slow. Screenshots. I think that'll help me. There we go. I think the Discord likes me to upload it that way instead of the copy and paste. But all right, so that's 5 examples. Really good ones too. ZOM, I don't even want to look at ZOM. We've done 5 examples. No need. EMR, that was good. NGIH was great. Wow, this is acting really slow. Sorry about that. NA, DHIA, we looked at last. Made a big move, but didn't quite. I mean, they all kind of pulled back. 1, 2, 3, and a 4th. So MGIH. And again, what did we talk about with IMBS? You can look at it like this is the first hive day, but I'm probably going to say that's the first hive day. However, it was under VWAP, so we might just look at hive day over VWAP. So just for clarity purposes, we'll draw a line right there. So that's the clear first hive day where straight up candles, and then we get some red candles, pulls back, holds, breaks hive day. Right here, these aren't really high days. These are just straight up candles, I would say. So we're seeing this first hive day, it's holding above that. Wouldn't blame you if you were looking at something like that. But again, if you got long right here, risking here, it doesn't work. You would have to take it here versus here. Take it here, risking here. consolidates, gets back above, and then this obviously works. And this was an easy entry, seems like. The risk to reward on this is what? 417 versus 340. So 75 cents basically. 5 versus, if you bought at 5, you would have to risk 4 right here. So $1. And this was easier. What I'm seeing is it's kind of almost the same thing I was looking for, isn't it? Big push, pulls back, some sideways action. Breaks above the sideways action. Ah, I see. Now I see. Yes, okay. So this is the sideways action, but we don't need to look at it as an entry here. No, so you break the sideways action. So this is the new trigger. Pulls. Okay, that makes sense to me. All right. So just like NSTG, big move up, pulls back, sideways action, breaks the sideways action, creates a new risk level. Off to the races. Now that you can kind of see the theme, let's draw it on the chart. This is the entry, this is the risk, and that ends up being 435 versus 365. 75 cents again. Or once we have the established trigger, pulls back, we could stair step it. Is that what it's trying to tell me here? Okay, so big spike, pulls back, sideways action, breaks up, new trigger spot. Once we establish a trigger, pull back, and we have the stair steppers. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay, so what would that be? We've got 395 versus 375, 20 cents. I like that a lot better. And then 411 versus 395. And I like that the new risk is the same as your original entry. We've been seeing that on the smaller priced ones. I wonder if it'd be easier to see on the 5-minute chart. Spike, get a spike, pulls back, a push up. This makes this entry really clear. So maybe what we could do is a stock like this, put it on the 5-minute. Once we get an established entry or trigger zone, put it on the 1-minute. Interesting. So let's just leave this here for now on the 5-minute. We also need to remember first high of day, so the entry is above that. And I don't know if that's going to come into play with the other ones, but that's what we're digging into. And the float on this one is 1 million. BMR, what's your float? 4 million, so another under 10 million. Come on, computer. Ridiculous. That one's 27 million, so not quite low float. I don't know what float that is. Check NA again. Well, it's saying at 8 million, or no, NA. That's not what we were looking at. Yeah, we were looking at NA. So it is saying 8 million on here. Kind of have to check around sometimes. What does it look like? Ooh, gross. That definitely doesn't give us our second leg entry. So we're not looking at you in A. And I really need two stocks to do the exact same thing to really get me interested. Look at BMR. Ideally, two stocks, same price range, with something else in common, in the same day making the same type of move. Look at the 5-minute. Hmm. Yeah, see, it doesn't really correlate on the 5-minute. It would be around here, but it doesn't obviously make the move. So go back to the 1-minute. Pretty sure I saw a correlation this morning. 1 minute. I think it was just this, yeah. So you have a high of day, and you have a new entry after that. This is the first high of day. Break. I'm just holding it. Doesn't quite test it though. It doesn't have anything to do with the high days. Maybe it's just an early big push. Doesn't have to be any time period. Then it holds VWAP. Once established some good risk over VWAP. Triangle. Good push. Triangle. Hmm. See, it's not so clear as the pennies. So I am going to put it down, but I'm not going to just go ahead and start um, looking for these over the penny stocks. I think I'll just continue to focus on the pennies, but we'll 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 save it in the Discord here, and I suggest you do the same. So we can see this stock went from 4 to 10, and this one went from 4 to 10 is 100%, and this one goes from 15 to 30, so another 100% gain. That's interesting to know. I do like that. So interesting. Spike, holds, wedge, 100%. Spike, hold, wedge, 100%. Interesting. Look at the Discord. Is that what IMBS did? Spike, hold, 100%. That would be cool. Spike, hold, wedge, 5 to 7. So not quite 100%, but still kind of the same premise, right? Spikes up, holds, VWAP, wedge, breaks out. Wonder if we can look at the wedges on the 5 minute, because the 1 minutes are kind of tough. So it looks like in the 3. I know some traders that do 3-minute charts. I don't like it. Because if I saw this right here, would I buy right here? It would be a little, tough one. It's not really convincing yet. Five minutes. First 5 minute candle to make a new high. Whatever. I sent it. That did work. That worked. Once we get a huge spike, pulls back to VWAP. First 5 minute candle to make a new high. 384 versus 344. It never goes under 344. I like that. Interesting. Spike. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Technically, I could have bought it right here. Spike. Go back and then I buy the first one right here. That would be a loss. I don't want to lose. Look at it on the 1 minute again. 1 minute. Hopefully, I'm not talking too low here. Got to speak up. 1 minute chart. And that is clear. Is it not? It's pretty clear. 5 versus 4. You're not going to risk all the way down to there. Get a big spike. Big spike. 8. What is this? 1680. And this is 14. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because whole dollar, right? Is that 14? If you're buying up here at 17, I think 14 is pretty clear red. And you get the second. All right, so you buy here at 5. You risk 4. You don't get to add, shoot straight up to 9. Okay, I can see that. So something spikes. And how long does this hold for? Look at that. 10:15 to 11:45. Almost 2 hours. 10:25, 10:55. So if we see a stock under 10 million float, what's the volume look like on the 1 minute candle? 1 million. That's a lot of volume. 600,000, 500,000, 300,000, 1 million. Oh, so there's a giveaway. So when we're looking for these spike up on big volume, consolidate on solid volume, take the high day. And you just sell into the parabolic. You scale out. It's about the best I can say you do. You sell some here, 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 and then all of a sudden it's halted up, unhalts, spikes up. You're selling, 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 selling. You probably run out here. Okay, I like that. All right. So we'll save those for sure. I think I have some more here, don't I? MGI, HBMR, DHAI. Look. Nope. But it matches up with that. And then we also have Holo, I believe. Put that on there because I didn't save the chart of it. By the way, I believe, yeah, these are all day ones. You can see I had drawings on there already. So a big spike, holds up all day. Take it right there. So you take it at 10, and you're going to have to risk 8 on this one. 10 versus 8. You sell into a parabolic. You wait for the parabolic. And it doesn't look like you move up your stop either. Sell into the parabolic. Zoom in on that. A big spike, sideways. Get long right there. You're risking 8 right here. And you're just waiting for this parabolic move, or you're stopping out. BMR, same thing. I'm not even going to move my stop up, so forget that. Okay. So buy here, risk here, sell here. Buy here, risk here. You might sell some here, and then you're selling out because it's getting scary. And you probably sell some here, 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 here. Same thing with Holo. You buy here, there's no parabolic action, so you would have no reason to sell. Boom, 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 all the way out. All right, I like it. Let's save it. So if I don't have any penny stocks that I'm looking at, I can see myself looking for one of these trades tomorrow. What are these again? These are Stocks trading between $5 and $15 range with a flow under 10 million. Looking for a big move, holding up, take high a day, and sell into the parabolic. All right, everybody. Hope y'all really enjoyed this. Again, today is February the 12th, 2024, my very first video. And study up. And I'll see y'all tomorrow in Small Cap Rockets chat room. All right, y'all take it easy.